Namaste, Prakash here. We just started off the series of Dharma tales with a very short introduction. We had a look and found out what exactly defines Dharma, that which upholds the universe. And we also found out that as individuals, as part of a collective fiber, we all have some kind of a role in understanding and ensuring that Dharma is upheld. And to this extent, we further understood that we are going to see a series of stories, case studies, whatever it may be essential, which will connect us to how we look at Dharma and what we can do in the current situation by first changing our inner outlook to life and not just be a passing, sort of a person who just looks at it but does nothing about it. In this context, we're going to start with a story today, which will sort of set the context for you to look deeper into what Dharma is, reflect upon. This is a story which happened several thousands of years ago. There was this rich man, and he was happily married, and he and his wife had a very nice life. But after several years of marriage, they found out that they don't have children, and the man was sort of getting restless because the world still judged people by their progeny and their ability to have children. And at some point of time, finally, they agreed that it's not going to be possible for him to have a child. And hence, his wife permitted him to go ahead and marry another lady so that the life and the progeny and the children can be had out of the wedding. Everything apparently settles down. He has a second wife who gets into his life. And at some point of time, when this lady gets pregnant, the first wife gets jealous of her and, in a way, is angry at her own inability to conceive. And she goes ahead and, in one way or another, finds ways in which the other lady will abort her kid. Either she will poison or she'll do whatever is needed to ensure that this lady actually does not deliver a baby. And after several abortions, at some point of time, the first wife gets so jealous that every time, in spite of whatever happened, the second lady goes on getting pregnant. She goes ahead and does some kind of a slow poison. And the second lady finally is about to die, but at that point of time, she realizes that what the first wife had actually done to her. And with this thought in mind, very strongly in mind, she goes ahead and dies. And it so happens that the first wife also dies subsequently. And in the next life, this lady and the second wife, both the ladies sort of come together and again are born. And in this time, they're born as a cat and a hen. And you know what happens? One chases the other, and the cat was, which was the actually the second wife in the earlier life, had come back to take revenge in some way, and it continuously kills off all the offsprings of the hen. And it doesn't end there. In the next life, what happens is the second wife gets to be born as a leopardess, and the lady, the first wife, gets to be born as a lady deer. And what happens is it continues to torment the life of the lady deer, kills off all its siblings, and again their life ends, and in the next life, and in the next life, one after another, one after another. The story of revenge for what happened in the earlier life continues. And in one of the lives, finally, it so happens that this first wife is born as a beautiful, rich lady and is married to the man with whom she was married in her first life. And then this second wife comes back in this life too as a lady monster, and she continues to torment her. And not able to really tolerate what is happening to her, she goes and surrenders to a guru and then asks, "Please save me. I don't know what is happening." And then the guru is able to visualize and look back into the past lives of this lady. And the lady who was the other one who had been chasing her from life, after whatever happened. And then he's able to call both of them, make them sit together, and then share what had actually transpired in their past lives. And at some point of time, he's able to get the whole thing resolved. But the story doesn't end there as far as we are concerned. We are going to look at this story to find what exactly does it mean to us. What is the impact? What is the lesson, life lesson that we are going to learn? What exactly is the relevance to our own living today? Do we also have similar situations happening in our lives? Do you also find a, a global print in this story? One community chasing another community, one family chasing another family to take revenge or settle scores, or one country fighting with another country. Is there a deeper meaning to it? Is there a way in which we can resolve this? There are a lot of dharmic questions which come up in this story. The surprising element is that the seed for the entire samskaric tendency, or the path to whatever happened in the last life before they met the guru, had been sown long ago, when in the first life the lady had been betrayed by the first wife, the second lady, and the journey continues, life after life, life after life, life after life. Who's responsible for this? Who created it in the first place? Was it the husband? Was it the first wife? Was it the second wife? Was it their inability to conceive? Was it the circumstances which forced them to do whatever they do? These are the questions I want you to think and find what are the answers that are going to really help us to look in terms of how our outlook to life is. What are we doing actually to either stop Dharma from being enacted or go ahead and ensure that Dharma is being upheld? I want you to think on these questions. Please ensure that either you are watching it in any of the social media handles, find the comment section below. Take this story, answer the questions which are pertaining to the dharmic equations, which are essential in terms of what we learn, what we need to do, how we are going to introspect, and things like that. Dharma Tales. Let's debate. Thank you.